here that just did not want to cooperate. So after we establish what it is we want to do, we're just going to go to KW, that red KW, going to come down to campaigns. So they've changed the dashboard a little bit, and all we want to do, we've got the dashboard here, we've got paid ads. Here's ads that we're running. We want to come over here to create a new campaign. The most popular campaign to create right now is a social ad, which is your paid version. And in this case, we're going to call this the KWRC test campaign. All right. In this particular ad, we've got choices of what it is that we want to do. I would suggest we work with attract buyers, and I'll explain that in a moment. We're going to hit attract buyers, and we're going to stick with just reaching out to Facebook, doing a Facebook lead ad. That's the one we're going to select. We're going to set up that campaign. So now we got this blank sheet right here. All right. We've named the goal, the KWRC test campaign, and now, for this particular exercise, for this training, we're gonna advertise and add a listing. So we're gonna go add a listing. If you notice, it defaults to only my listing, but we can click here, and what you want to do is do all listings in case your listings are pending, on hold, and they're not active. So I've already identified a listing that we're going to use as a sample today. 5433, and one of you is probably going to recognize it. California. And boom, there is the listing right there. So I'm going to hit select. So now it's already populated over here. Here's the listing right here on the right-hand side. Okay, so now that's brought in. Next thing we want to do is add text. So right now there's just way too much text right here, right? And here is the thing, is that we have to, when it comes to what are we going to say, the idea of less is more is key here, okay? And if you have a question, I will come back to any questions. So if I lose you, don't worry, at the end we will come back. But for the sake of everybody's time, it's 12:13, it took a little while to get this thing started. I want to make sure that I go through the process first, and then we'll come back and I'll open up the floor for questions. But for right now, there's a lot of words right here. So we can modify this right here. And if you look at the screen, once I start typing stuff, this is what it's looking like over here. So in this particular property, less is more. We want to be as concise to the ad. Again, this is a Facebook ad. This isn't a book that we want to write. So we want to be super concise about it, and maybe create, and emojis is a big thing when it comes to Facebook lead ads. All right. Or emojis, however you pronounce it. But it's going to say here. So I'm going to grab a house right here. And this out. Fabulous home. All right. And I'm going to hit enter, enter. Again, now it's pushing the ad down here, right? How do I know about this house? It's because I read some of the comments earlier when we got, before doing this class. So I'm just looking at what Cindy put in her comments and just kind of building off of that, looking for more. You don't have to do this. I'm just giving an example, okay? Convert, make sure you check your spelling. We have you covered. Okay, so over here, let me just stop there for a second. So you notice I put some spaces here. Don't mess on this fabulous home, looking for more room, we have you covered, right? This is how it's starting to look. Now we have the option here. This is what it looks like on a desktop. And we come over here, and what does it look like on a mobile device, right? So this is the majority of our clientele, the majority of our Facebook lead ads are gonna be coming from a mobile device. We always wanna see what does it look like if somebody's looking at it from their phone, right? One thing Command does not do that I've noticed is that although I show here we have you covered on this side, it will show up here. You will see that line there, that last comment, right? We have you covered. What we want to do is CTAs, call to action. We want people to do something. People want to be instructed on where to go, right? We want to work on this headline right now. And again, just instructing people is, we're going to say something like, this out. And I believe this property is 5 bedrooms. On this. On this 5-bedroom home, right? Now this next line, enter text right here, talks about enter the description. Here's what I do, and you'll see what it looks like, is something along the lines of, again, we're giving them instructions, right? You want to walk them through it. Click here. Or click, we can even say, and do it 2 ways. Click learn more. For pics and details. Something like that, just as an example. Okay, so if we look at it here, this we're now laying down the foundation of it. So we've got what we think looks okay. We can come back and edit if we want. Now we want to add the media. So we've added the listing, we've added the text. Now we want to add the media, which in a simple terms is photos. Okay, now to keep it super simple, you can just leave that picture there if you want, right? But you do have the option, and I want to show you, you have the option to create a carousel. So, and that means we can create a stream of photos that will come across an ad. So one of the things to do is to look for pictures that would be appealing. So let's just grab this one right here, let's say, view and crop. And we also have the selection of either doing it in landscape, or we can do it in square. You crop it. And when you're doing, if you're doing Instagram or vertical shots, you can do these as well. But for this illustration, we'll just keep it in wide. And what you can do is just now bring it up or down, adjust it just the way you want it, the way it looks nice, and you can hit save. All right, so now we've got 2 images. We've got this image here, and we got the next one. You see how it just slides over? Let's just grab another photo. What I like to do is have the mindset of you're walking someone through the property and you're giving them just enough nuggets to whet their appetite that they're going to want to see more, if that makes sense. All right. And there's a question here. Yeah, you're able to use photos from listing even if you're not the owner. The answer is yes, if you get permission. So Cindy Seddon, I am asking permission to do this Facebook class. If you're okay with that, give me a yes, Cindy. All right. So I'm going to pick this photo right here. And then I'm just going to adjust it to my liking. What looks good. Maybe a little higher so I can see those lights up there. All right. Personal preference, I like to do at least 5 pictures and then walk them through the backyard. So if it has a stunning master bedroom, then get a shot of that. I'll just grab this bathroom right here. This bathroom shot. It's a nice long shot. Get some space there. And then I'm going to take them to the backyard. I'll find one shot of the backyard, which looks, let's see here. Let's grab this one right here. Okay. And just give the idea. See, it's got that CRMLS. We just keep that cropped out of the shot. So those are the photos that I want to roll with here. Now it's already uploading the SoCal logo. You can change that out however you want, but mine's already in there. All right. And then I'll just do save. And Cindy Seddon said, yes, sir. So thank you, Cindy, for letting me use your listing for this. Okay, so here we go. We've got the basics. We've named the goal. It's the KWRC test. We've located we found the property we want to use, the listing. We've added our text. Now we've selected the media. And now we want to configure the Facebook ad. So we want to come over here. We're going to configure here. Now in this case, what's going to happen is it's going to have your account. And I have several Facebook business pages, but I'm going to choose this one right here, my real estate page. And then here is the secret sauce. We've got two different selections. Use Facebook lead gen form or use a site or landing page. We want to make sure that we put a check mark under use Facebook lead gen form. The reason for that is that when the consumer clicks on your ad, what's going to happen is they're going to get a pop-up window on their phone, and it's going to say their name, their cell phone number, and their email address. And they're going to be asked, just confirm that this is you. It's a simple question. Just verify that this is you. They hit yes, and then they get to receive the information you're going to give them. All right. So here's the thing. We're now building, if you remember on the little slide I showed you, you have to think about what is it you're going to advertise? What is it you're going to give the consumer? Where are they going to land? And how are you going to follow up? So right here in the Facebook page, here is what we have to have our homework done. We're choosing to do learn more, and we can do sign up or apply now, but we have found through studying that learn more is a lot less threatening to a person, because if they do sign up now, it's kind of scaring them. What are they signing up for? And apply now, same principle. What are they applying for? So we're hoping that there's also going to be some other features soon to come. But the destination, the follow-up destination. So here's what we do in advance. Once they click on that property, this is what we're advertising. Once they click on it, what are they going to get? So what I did prior to starting the class, I created a landing page. I'm not going to go into that today, but I created a landing page through command that when they click on the ad, here's what's going to happen. They're going to receive a link. It's going to go right to their phone. It's going to talk about the Hunters Ridge community, a map of the property, a map of the area. And as they scroll down, here's the property, right? Now, again, this is going to be mobile friendly. So as they scroll down, here's all of Cindy's description that she put in here, right? All this stuff she put in there. They scroll down here. Again, this is all mobile friendly. They'll be able to just slide through all the photos. Now, the way I built out this landing page, which I did the whole thing in command and did it in about 5 minutes, all right, is once you build that out, here's the area. We come down here and we have your information, right? And again, this is built out in about 5-10 minutes at the most. Again, this is on their mobile app. And right here, I'm advertising download my app. This area right here, I modified it. You can edit this. Again, we call it a call to action, right? I say, what do I want the people to do? I want them to download my app. Because if it's not enough to tell them right here, I give them another image, download my KW app when? Today, right? And then I modify this. I can modify this button, another CTA, another call to action. Press here and get started. So if they press there, it takes them right to downloading the KW app. Does that make sense? You guys give me some thumbs up that you guys are awake, you haven't fallen asleep. I'll wait to see if somebody's fallen asleep. All right. So far, so good. So that's where we are going to direct them. So we take this link. Let me copy it over here on my other screen. We take this link right here, and we are going to paste it. It says follow-up destination. We're going to paste it right here. So that, once they click, is going to take me right to that landing page that I just got through creating. All right. Now, here is the bone of contention with some people about using the custom settings or letting Facebook Facebook just create where you want it to go. Here's what I do, all right, and we've been studying this here, is I'm going to use custom settings. We already know where the property is located, so we're going to go here, Fontana, California. It already knows that. And I'm going to give it a 30-mile radius. It says target my database or target a custom audience. I'm going to opt to target a custom audience. And what we're going to do here is start selecting some interests. So let me go into my cheat sheet that I have. Give me 1 second. Okay, and I'm going to start plugging in some features here. I want to look for people that have looked on Zillow, right? That's going to be one audience, if you will. Look for somebody that's been on Realtor.com. Okay. I want to look at somebody who's been on, now you see where it says Realtor.com Pro. We do not want to select that. That's where other realtors are at. So we don't want to do that one. Let's go to people that have searched on Trulia. Again, the Trulia, not the Premier Agent. We just want the people that have searched on Trulia, the consumer site. Redfin doesn't come up, but here's someone that has been searching for mortgage insurance. Okay. Now let's look up somebody that has messed with a mortgage calculator. Why a mortgage calculator? Because if somebody's been messing with the mortgage calculator, that means they've probably been interested in what a house payment is going to look like. Let's try mortgage loans. Okay. Look at the bottom. 6 have been selected so far. Right? So we're building our audience right now. I'm going to do house hunting. There's one right there. Another one would be homes.com. Okay. And by the way, this is being recorded. So I'm being asked, can you send a cheat sheet? Oh, you're talking about the cheat sheet for these for this list. Yeah, I'll post that cheat sheet, not a problem. For sale by owner. But this will be recorded, so you guys can go back into the Keller Williams Facebook page and review it, pause, rewind. Okay, for sale by owners. Let's see here. Let's try. First time buyer grant. See if that comes up. I think I got to put a hyphen here. There it is. First time home buyer grant. All right, let's reach those people. Renting, people that are renting. Now look down here. I have 11 people. I have 11 interest groups so far, right? Being very specific in my target audience, right? And there's a saying that goes, if you aim at nothing, you're bound to hit it. So we want to aim at something. We want to aim at a very specific target audience. So that's why we take the extra time to build out some of these audiences. So rent.com. Now we're up to 12. All right. Let's try rent to own. I think this one comes up. Yep, rent to own. Let's do renter's insurance. We're going to capture those people that are currently renters. Let's see if that comes up. No, it doesn't come up. Let's say here's another one. FHA insured. FHA insured loans. Okay, we're up to 14. And let me just put in a couple of more here. $15, and we are good right there. We've got 15 groups, interest groups that we are targeting now, right? This is, we're targeting that specific group, and here they are right here, okay? Within a 30-mile radius of this particular property. That's who our audience is. So we're gonna go ahead and save that, okay? Now, last but not least is determining the budget. So today is the 22nd. So Command will not let you run a Facebook ad any sooner than tomorrow, all right? So it's gonna automatically default to tomorrow, okay? But we can select how many days we want this thing to run. Here's my suggestion, and it's just a suggestion, is that let it run for at least 10 days. And the reason I said 10 days, it takes a few days for Facebook to gather up enough information for the algorithms of who your target audience is. So at least do that. Some people will do 3 or 5 days. I believe you're just shortchanging yourself by doing it too small, okay? Can you look for people in LA looking to move to our area, maybe radius 50? Yes, you can do that. Another question, any advice for duration and budget? Okay, I'm just covering that right now. So duration at least 10, and you can, the ad I'm running right now is I'm running an ad at $3 per day, right? So if I do this ad for 10 days, it's gonna cost me 30 bucks, right? $30 total. Here's the thing, write this down on something. I don't want you to miss this. In fact, in the chat, I want you to say, type the words, "That's me." If you've never run a Facebook ad, I want to take one moment right now. Type the words, "That's me." If you've never run a Facebook ad on command, start typing that up. I'm seeing Edward, Randall, Kathleen, Megan, Kevin Stewart, Arkisha, Sam, Parisha, Gabriel, Preet. Anybody else? Amanda, Arcasia. Type the words, "That's me." If you've never run a Facebook ad through command, type the words, "That's me." I've got a special announcement for you guys. Anybody else? Okay, here's the deal. And I'm gonna put it right in here so nobody forgets. Okay, Lisa, I'm gonna put it right here. If you spend $75 on a Facebook ad through command, you will automatically receive $25 credit. So here's the deal. You spend $75, if you spend $75 on a Facebook ad through command, it's your first time you've ever run a Facebook ad through command, you're gonna get $25 credit from Keller Williams just as a promotion for you guys, to encourage you guys to run an ad. So you're gonna get $75 worth of advertisement for 50 bucks. I mean, that is pretty darn cool. You're spending 50 bucks and get 75 bucks worth of advertisement. So again, you got to do it on the very first ad. So like right here, it's showing, we're saying we're going to do 30 bucks. What we could do is just, we can either up this price here, the dollar amount, or the amount of days. All right. So you guys can choose what you want to do, whether you want to increase increase the budget or the amount of days. So we're going to leave this one alone for right now for this example. Everyone hit save, duration, and budget. We're good with just charging, we're doing 10 days for $3. It's going to start tomorrow, right? Total campaign, $30. I'm going to save that budget. At this point, my ad is complete. I am done. All right. We really got started at about 12:15 maybe with some techie issues and getting the screen to cooperate. It is now 12:36, right? So with even doing the class, it took me about 20 minutes to put this ad together. All I have to do now is hit publish the campaign. Once I publish that campaign, what's going to happen is going to go through the process tomorrow. It'll get approved. Once it gets approved, I'm just going to save this as a draft. Okay, I'll save this as a draft. Right now, you sure you want to save this as a draft? Yes. And I'm going to open up for questions in just a moment. Why would we not pay the budget of $1 if it gives you the same days? Because it does, Facebook does look at how much money you're spending. They're not in it to be good Samaritans, all right? They're in it to make money. And the thing is that they're going to rank your advertising dollars. So $3 is still a good amount of money to spend and still get some decent coverage. And here's the proof. So I'm going to show you this ad right here. This is the ad campaign that I'm running right now. And you can see that it's had 876 impressions, which means it came across somebody's Facebook page 876 times. It came across 876 people's Facebook page. Out of those 876, 49 people clicked on my ad. And out of those 49, 9 people clicked all the way through, which then they became a captured lead. All right, so now I've got, and look at the money that I've spent. I spent $24 so far, and I've received nine leads into my command, right? If you do the math, that's $2.63 per lead. There's a lot of internet companies out there that will charge you anywhere from $1,200 to $800, $1,800 a month to provide you with leads, right? On the average, a cost per lead right here is anywhere from about $10 to $12 in most markets, most Facebook ad markets, right? Is about $10 to $12, and some it's like $15. Mine have been, prior to using command, have been somewhere around $9 to $10. Rarely has it gone below $9. So now to be able to run an ad at $2.63, get 9 leads, and I've only spent $24 so far. This ad, I believe, is going to, oh, here it is right here. It's going to end on the 25th. And I budgeted for $3 a day, so I still have $6 more to go, right? I've got $6 more to spend. And let's see how many leads I capture in that time frame. So this is being recorded. What I'm going to do now is stop sharing my screen for a moment. And I'm going to do this here. I'm going to read some of these questions. Does daily budget? I've noticed that the last photo comes up at the first photo in the ad, and also command has not been good lately about notifying me about those clicks. Same issue. All right, so to that point is, let's see here. All right, can you guys see me? All right, so to that point about the ads and stuff and not being able to see them in your phone. So you gotta have a couple of things. You need to make sure that you have the Kelly guide. You gotta have, Kelly, you got to make sure you have Kelly in your phone, number one, and you've got command set up there. There have been some intermittent glitches with being notified when a lead comes in. But here's the thing is that when the leads come in, you have your laptop, you have your phone, I've got other stuff set up on the back end. Right now, Command does not have anything other than the notification, but you got to get into the habit of just checking, set a time, morning, noon, evening, late evening, right? Set a time on your calendar, on your day. I would suggest a minimum 4 times a day. Early in the morning, mid-morning, late afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock, and then again at 8 o'clock. Some of my leads come in at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so when people are in their pajamas and they are just clicking away, all right, I'm going to do the unmentionable here and unmute everybody here. But if you have your phone on, or if you were, please mute. Change this here. All right, so if you guys are somewhere where it's really noisy, just be considerate, and everybody is unmuted. I will field some questions right now. I can see. Anybody have questions? I'm seeing everybody's still muted. I don't know why.
Because you have to unmute yourself. Now that you have unmuted us, we have to select unmuting or mute ourselves.
There we go. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? Because we're going to go until, this is just going to go until 1 o'clock. So I want to be respectful of your time to be able to address. I'm looking at how can we get KW logo that is formatted for mobile viewing. My logo on my Facebook page is too large for mobile device. So Ed, what you have to do is when you go into your setups in Command, it'll give you the parameters. And I want to say off the top of my head that is 360 by 360. So once you format it to that, you'll be good to go. Wayne, you have your hand up. What's going on, Wayne?
No, I just had my hand up initially.
Okay. Does the stuff seem pretty straightforward? Does it seem pretty simple? Like you guys can do this? Yes, no, maybe so?
Very helpful.
Yes.
Very helpful.
If you watch the video, again, I hope I didn't go too fast. I was just trying to go step by step. I didn't want to bounce around. So you guys can just complete step number 1 before you go to step number 2, before you get step number 3. And the beauty is if you didn't like the wording, then you can go back and edit that section before you hit publish. Because one thing about Command, I will tell you this, once you publish your Facebook ad, you cannot go back in and edit it, right? That is something that has not been adjusted, but just double check your work, make sure you got the words spelled right, etc. And then just follow one by one. And again, this is going to be recorded, so we can you can watch it again through Facebook. Cindy was running her ad. How long were you running the ad, Cindy, so far? Cindy, let's see. Can you hear me, Cindy?
And I just can't unmute myself. Am I unmuted now? All right,
yeah.
Cool. Okay, so I have 7 days. So let me pull it up. I'm 7 days and I end tomorrow. I have 7 leads now where I have all their information, made contact with one of those leads already.
Okay.
And actually had 96 clicks and 1,519 impressions. So at $24.94 is what I spent. So
$24. Here's one thing I hopefully you guys can figure out. When you go to print your 100 flyers, when you guys go door knocking in the past and you printed flyers, trust me, way over $24, right? Way over $24. And this is somebody that she's captured all their information that is now wanting to talk to her about selling their home. I mean, that is off the charts ROI. Those $24 are going to return. What's the proposed list price, Cindy?
Okay, hold on. So this was just actually advertising my listing. Okay, so what I have here is, so I've got people just commenting on that, asking about the listing and wondering what else is available out there. So it ranges, you know, 300 to 500, because this was 589, this listing.
Sweet. So let's round down. Let's say that you only get a $450,000
Right.
buyer, right?
Only.
At only
Yeah.
2%. Let's just say you only get 2% on a $450,000 buyer. You're only going to make $9,000.
Right?
I need that to register with everybody's mind that it took me 20 minutes to show you guys how to create a Facebook ad. Take the time to think it through, what you want to do. The worst you can do is not get a lead, right? That's the worst that's going to happen. And you're out $25.
Yep.
You got to look at the glass half full and not half empty. And you got to not be afraid. I want to encourage you guys to do what Cindy's done and do what Angel's done and create one ad. Guys, $9,000 on a $24 investment. And this is during coronavirus. That's the other thing. Everybody is shut down. What better time to create 1, 2, 3 Facebook lead ads and test them? You're spending a lot more running through for lattes, sideways, 3 pumps, upside down, 2 twists, family of 4.
Right.
And you will, I have stood next to people spending $62 for drinks for them and their kids at a Starbucks.
Oh, no.
Right? Some other questions I can field here. Let's see. Why wouldn't you include Instagram ad? Also, if you don't have listings to advertise, we can advertise other agents' listings with permission. That's correct. If you don't have a listing, right? If you have no listings, the simple thing to do is reach out to another Keller Williams agent in the office or even another agent elsewhere. But if you find one in the office, that's great. And just send them an email, send them a text message. Hey, I'm running a Facebook ad. I'd love to have the permission to use your listing in my ad. Now, I don't know any agent with half a brain that would say, no, really, I don't want you advertising my listing in order to help me sell my property. I just don't know how many agents would say no to that. Does that make sense? So Instagram, I would say focus on Facebook first. To answer that question, I would just focus on Facebook first, then doing the Instagram. And not sure if you came the question earlier, but I was on the phone. Now I'm off. I don't know what the question is.
Alvin, when you capture the lead, when Facebook captures that lead, is it automatically going into command? Is that what it's doing?
That's correct. In fact, let me do this. I'll show you once they come in. I'll share my screen here. All right. So we go into command. We go to contacts. Now I have already filtered my contacts. So let me just give me 1 second. Okay. Minutes, I'm going to have to mute all. Okay, so here I am in the contact section. When I go here, and I'm going to filter, I've created some custom ads, some custom tags. But for right now, just to your question, what will happen if you do leads? I know a couple of leads came in within the last few days. I'm going to do within the last 6 days. You filter that, I'm going to apply it. Here we go. So here are some Facebook lead ads. How do I know? Because I've already tagged them right here. So here's one lead right here. She came in April 16th. She's a Facebook lead ad, right? So then next one, my ad's right there. So let me stop sharing. And then unmute you, Cindy. Let's see here.
Okay, I'm back.
So here's the thing. So what's going to happen to Cindy's question is that your ads, like I said, you're going to have to pay attention to your command. You will get notification. And I know there's some glitches recently about notifications coming into command. But get into the habit of checking if any new leads have come in, right? And like I said, at least 4 times a day, I would get into the habit of checking, and then start tagging those people as a Facebook lead ad, so that when you're doing your follow-up, you can see where you are. I sent them a text message. I left them a voicemail. I shot them an email, whatever it is. If you have them on a drip campaign, which is what I strongly encourage people to do, is create drip campaigns. That means you're setting up automatically to reach out to these people. And some of my drip campaigns are 6 months long, 6 to 7 months long. That is constantly reaching out to people. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'm going to unmute. Any other questions? It's 12:51. I want to make sure I'm covering this stuff here.
Alvin, this is Cherise. In regards to the follow-up, what type of follow-up are you doing? Are you calling, emailing, texting? I think we talked about it before. Just want to know, should it be subtle? I think it should be subtle.
Yes. So there's 2 camps on how to follow up on a Facebook lead ad. And one of the things is calling them right away is probably the worst thing you can do. And here's the reason why. If you were shopping on the phone for a pair of red shoes and you saw an ad and, oh, I like these shoes, and you click on it, and about 2 or 3 minutes later, Joe Random, hey, how you doing? I understand that you're looking for some red shoes. Our store is packed. I'm like, who the heck is this? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You get this stalker mentality. A Facebook lead ad, you got to be subtle with them. You have to drip on them, and what you drip on them is things of value. Hey, you're asking open-ended questions. I hope you found that list of homes helpful. Are there any questions I can answer for you, right? I mean, was there a particular area you're looking for? And you drip on those people. And as you're dripping on them, because you did an ad in Hunter's Ridge for Cindy, we'll use Cindy as an example. Cindy might bring in, oh, by the way, here's what's going on at Long Elementary School this week. Why did I say Long Elementary? Because Long Elementary is in the Hunter's Ridge community.
Okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
And they're going to say, because I do a lot of follow-up every day, you're going to get a lot of people, who is this? And I love when they say, who is this? Because my instant response is, oh, this is Alvin Tapia. I have a list, and it's of canned answers. When they say, who is this? I have one that I plug and play. I grab that, copy, paste it, and it says, oh, it's Alvin Tapia. You and I touched base a while back on my list of Hunter's Ridge homes. How are things going? It takes me 2 seconds to copy and paste it. And their response is, oh, okay, I remember. No, things are going all right. And how's the home search going? Where did you hear me say, did you buy a house? How's the home search going? We're still looking. Oh, awesome. What area interests you most? You start having dialogue, sound like a human and not like a robot. My text messages sound like a human and not like a robot. Because there was a lot of testing going on with messenger bots, Facebook messenger bots, where you can tell it's not a human asking the questions, right?
How soon after you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I have a really quick question. This is Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Hey. So I definitely love the recommendation of using listings that are in, Keller Williams. But if you were just trying to advertise that you're like a new agent in real estate, would you recommend using that one or lean more towards the listing side?
Wait, say it one time. If you were doing what?
So I noticed, because I walked through the whole thing with you, they had where you can advertise that you're new in real estate. So would you, okay, Brian. So would you advertise that or more towards staying towards the listing side? Brian's telling me, okay, all right.
Yeah, so even if Brian wasn't shaking his head, the thing is, why would you want to advertise that, right? It doesn't matter that you're new. What matters is, who do you associate yourself with? You associate yourself with people that are seasoned, people that are willing to help you, yes or no?
Yeah, okay.
Right? So does it matter that you don't know all the answers? No. you'll get back to that question. That's not a problem. So you're just going to advertise your professionalism, and you're going to advertise a particular property. It's available for showing, or community that's available. That makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you so much.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Really good question. We got 4 minutes. I want to answer some questions because I don't want my phone blowing up. How did you do step number 3? This is your time to ask those questions because I will not answer those questions. I'll say, watch the video.
How soon after you get the lead are you reaching out?
Good question. So I've got it timed that if it's at 1 o'clock in the morning, they won't get a response until 8 o'clock that day. Okay. So the response will be something like, I hope you found the list of homes. I hope you found something that caught your eye in the list of homes for Hunter's Ridge, right?
That's awesome.
Have a great day, whatever that is. That'll go out. If it's during the day, if they say they clicked on it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the mindset is give them time to search on the phone, right? Give them time to at least look at pictures before you blow up their phone and say, hey, did you find some houses that you like? I can show them tomorrow, right? Yeah, because I do not want somebody in my face after I just clicked on your Facebook ad, right? So I give them about an hour. An hour, they'll get a text message that just says, hey, hopefully you found some homes that caught your eye. Have a great day, something like that, right? And then about a minute later, I created what's called a V card, which says, here's my contact information. By the way, if something does catch your eye, here's my contact information.
That's excellent.
Make sense? Okay, we got two more minutes. Brian, you never have lack of words. You got questions?
He's unmuted.
Oh, everybody clapping. There we go. There we go. So he's muted. All right.
I bet he's dying.
You got, there we go. Yeah. Okay, just unmuted you. Unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
God, I'm chomping at the bit. Okay.
One question.
All right, I was perma-muted. So a couple different thoughts. One, awesome class, incredible. Thank you for this. Really appreciate this. So much information and walking. It's amazing to see you walk through this. You're right, in less than 30 minutes. So going forward, 5-minute project for everybody to do. So that being said, really quick, there are 2 schools of thought. Alvin is 100% right with the drip campaign. Set that up. Don't wait to launch your Facebook ad before you do a drip campaign. Launch it, but yes, create a drip campaign as soon as possible. That's very important. The other school of thought is yes, there's a school of thought that says wait to attack them. There's also another school of thought, and I definitely get that. There are people out there that you will call immediately, and you'll never get them because you attack them immediately. But there's also another school of thought that says you attack immediately. You paid for the ads. You have the right to contact them. You really don't need to be soft about it. As someone that lead generated at an extremely high level with Commissions Inc., where I was buying not only Facebook ads, but SOI content. And then I also did my own personal Facebook ads when I was one of the top producers in the Keller Williams office. The reason that we had an over 4% conversion rate, where nationally the highest conversion rate they were seeing right about 1%, yet my team was converting at 4% on online leads. When asked us how we did it, it's because the advice we took was, hey, you jump on those things. And the conversation's easy. It's boom, hey, this is Brian with Keller Williams Realty. I noticed you're looking at the house at 123 Main Street. I just wanted to make sure you got the link that was sent over to you. What? Who is this? How did you get my number? Well, you just actually clicked on one of my ads that I paid for, advertising the home. Did you like that home, or were there other ones you wanted to see? Well, geez, I was just clicking. I know it's kind of crazy, right? How technology works. It's scary sometimes. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, but did you get the link? Did it work? Well, yeah, I got it. Awesome. How many other homes are you looking at? When did you want to purchase it? And if you don't get them on that call, you call that thing at least, we not only did we call it, we texted it and we emailed, we call them again during the afternoon, and we call them the next day. And we would do 8 days of pain with these guys until either we knew what they wanted to do, where they were 30, 60, 90, 9 months out, or they told us to go to hell and die. And that happens sometimes too. But you pay for these ads. That's the other school of thought. That's how we closed at a higher rate. Just food for thought.
There you go.
So it works for you.
Right, exactly. So that's the thing, is that you've got two ways of looking at it. And don't be somebody that you're not. So if that's not your personality, then don't go that route, right? If it is your personality, then run with it. Just, you know, work to your strength. For me, I found that this works well, is dripping on them, because right now I've nurtured several people in the last several months that have told me, not right now, but in a couple of months, but that was a couple of months ago. So those people are being touched on now, that we're now teeing them up for the next step. So I am now over my time by, it's 1:01. I will, let's see here. Everybody should be unmuted. It's 1:02.
Alvin,
Thank you guys so much for your time. And like I said, this is recorded.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
believe
you.
it'll be up on our Facebook page for you guys to watch, right?
Alvin,
And if you have a question, I'm teasing. If you have a question, do reach out to me. I mean,
I got one quick question before you go, Alvin. Wayne
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
When you tag your Facebook ad, do you tag which Facebook ad the lead came from, or do you just tag it as a Facebook ad, period?
That's a really good question. No, I tag it, I identify it specific to the Facebook ad. The reason being, I want to track which one of my ads is performing better.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Oh, good one.
Right? You can't
Good one.
measure. I mean, you can't improve what you don't measure. So, cool.
Thank you.